Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For our radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all can be with us. Also, tuning in to our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music, we're glad you all could join us as well. Well, if I say the name Sam and Casey, of course, you all already know who I'm talking about. They're not only YouTube stars and content creators, but I'm excited to say they also are the author of a brand new book. So we're excited to welcome Sam Tsui and Casey Breves to our broadcast today to talk to us about the book, Why Do We Sing? What it's been like for them to share this important message about music with the world, and to talk about the album they have as well that kind of goes as a companion to the book. If you guys are just now finding out about Why Do We Sing, we'll let you know how to get your own copy of it. Sam, Casey, thank you again for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Well, look, the pleasure's definitely all mine. Of course, here in Mississippi and in our radio audience here in Atlanta, we're fans of yours. Of course, you've been able to garner fans around the world. But, Sam, I want to ask you, what has it been like for you now as a published author to be able to share this story with the world?
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. Part of the reason I've made music online for as long as I have is to connect with people, and this is a whole new way to do that. But it's at the end of the day, it's still sharing this love of music, love of vocal music, and as parents now, being able to share that with kids around the world is so special.
Yeah, and Casey, I love what Sam said there. One thing I love about you all literally take us around the world, even into our showers, with this book to show the connection that we have with music. Casey, what has it been like for you to see the way that people are responding to it?
It's amazing. I mean, I think the message that we want to share is that singing is for everybody. It's for every kid, and it's not just for performers on a stage. There are so many reasons to sing and so many ways to connect with singing, and we hope that that's the response, and that kids can be encouraged to use their voices.
And I think that's a great segue to my next question I wanted to ask, Casey. What was it like for you to discover your voice, not just when it comes to singing, but knowing that you had something to say and to share with the world?
Wow, yeah. I mean, I've been singing since I was a little kid. My dad is a pianist, and we sang around the piano, from when I was 3 or 4 years old. And I think growing as an artist and learning how I could, turn that talent into something meaningful for me has been a really amazing process. And especially now, I mean, creating music for our daughter and that showcases our family with this book has been really, really beautiful. But it's sort of an ongoing thing. I mean, finding how to continue to use my voice and to explore what I can do with it.
Yeah, and Sam, talk about using your talents. And of course, we know you, as I mentioned in my intro, as a singer, a content creator, but also we get to see Sam Tsui also as an illustrator in this book as well. What has that been like for you to share your own gifts and talents with the world?
Oh my gosh, so cool. Ever since I've been a kid, if I wasn't singing, I was drawing and doodling and painting. And so for this project to be the first thing that kind of brings those two passions of mine together, along with, of course, getting to showcase my beautiful family, it's like the trifecta of things I love. And it was really cool to not only create these illustrations, but now to see them printed in a book and to see that book in the hands of people enjoying it around the country and the world is like truly my childhood dream could not be more perfectly summed up in this, than in this one project.
Love that. So, Sam, tell us, Why Did We Sing? How did that initially come about?
Yeah, since becoming parents to our daughter, Elia, we suddenly found ourselves consuming a lot of kids' media, books and music and TV, and and seeing her passion and joy for singing, we just realized that there was maybe, space for a book that taught kids or introduced kids to all the things that their voice can do. And so that really was the genesis. First, creating something that our daughter would like, and then hopefully by extension, kids everywhere might take something from it. So that's where the idea originated.
And Casey, for me, in reading the book and looking at the beautiful illustrations, the thing that comes across is that music does not belong to any one group or type of people. It really is something that belongs to us all. Was that part of what you hoped kind of came through in Why Did We Sing?
Absolutely. That every culture on earth has a vocal music tradition. Everyone sings. Everyone uses songs to express important things for themselves and their families and their communities. And I hope the kids can see that across the world, people are singing for the same reasons, even if the music sounds different.
Yeah, I love that. I want to bring our attention to something that I think is important and timely for us now, because as you're giving the different ways that music, kind of shows itself and song shows itself, you write in the book some songs are just for fun, some speak truth to power. Every song's important, and I hope now it's clear why we all love to sing so much. I just can't wait to hear. I think it's important for our audience out there, as we kind of see the way that music has become not only the soundtrack of our lives, but also of movements as well. Why was that important for you all to talk about, the fact that music is not just for fun, it really is impactful and can make a difference?
Yeah, I mean, I think that universality of music is because, song can encapsulate so many things that are important to us, both culturally and sort of the joy, but also, messages kind of sometimes are best conveyed through music because it is this thing that appeals to us on such a deep, profound level.
You think of iconic protest anthems and songs that defined movements. And
it brings people together, it connects people, and it boils down, messages into something that really sticks with you. And so we wanted kids to know that, songs are really fun to dance around to, and there's a, time for that. And there's also a time to use song and music to, advocate for, what's important to you.
I mentioned in my introduction that, not only, of course, are you releasing this book, but you also are having other plans as well, and that is an album called Kids and Family. Casey, what can you tell us about it?
Yeah, we have a official soundtrack album to the book called Why Do We Sing that we released with Republic Kids and Family, and it's allowed us to dive into these different musical genres that we showcase in the book. So we have a Bollywood-inspired dance number, a mariachi trio.
Yeah, and like the book, it ranges from, there's fun, silly, engaging songs that kids are going to love, and there's also, a lullaby in which we, I think, say goodnight in 60 different languages in it. So there's, kids listening to this will not only have fun, but I think will be exposed to some kinds of music and some uses of music that they maybe haven't thought of before.
And we hope it's a good companion listening experience to the book.
Exactly.
Love that. Well, you are definitely no strangers to the world these days because of how you all have been able to use your public platform. Casey, I want to ask you, what has that been like for you to know that just by showing up, by being who you are, that you're making an impact on the world?
It's beautiful. I mean, it's so the most meaningful thing, I think, in creating music and content is connecting with people and seeing how far that reach can be and building relationships from that and a dialogue and learning about people all around the world that we've been able to connect with through music is really magical.
Yeah, and for us, this project, it's so simple. It's just we're really showing off what we love and, who we are. That's what we love is singing, and who we are is just our little family. So it's, if that's impactful and meaningful for people, that's a huge part of what, makes this so meaningful to us.
Well, Sam, I want to ask you this question then. If people are just now discovering Why Do We Sing, what do you hope by them picking up the book, enjoying it, what do you hope it does for them?
Yeah, well, I think this is a great book for the kids in your life as a kind of a first introduction or a primer on, all of these amazing uses of our voice. I think a lot of kids maybe when they think of singing, they're just thinking of pop music and dancing, and that's awesome, but I think really teaching them that, it's not just about that. There are so many uses, cultural, connective, that singing has. So, I think giving this to a kid is hopefully opening their eyes and their ears to a really powerful tool that we all have, and that's our voices.
Love that. Again, everyone, we've been speaking with Sam Tsui as well as Casey Breves. We've been talking with them about their brand new book, Why Do We Sing? It is available, of course, through our friends at Amazon.com or your favorite local bookstore. Sam, how can our audience stay connected with you guys?
Yeah, well, you can get the book anywhere and listen to the music wherever you stream music, and we are, on all the socials, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, just under our names, Sam Tsui, Tsui, and Casey Breves, Breves.
Right. Well, thanks to the two of you for the time. Congratulations on the new project. Definitely looking forward to having you back on the program again.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live, and let's go make today amazing. Take care.